products. Okay, it's in the categories of our drinks. And among the products we have for joint health, it is actually the first of the products that targets the joint health of individuals. Now, the interesting thing about Forever Freedom is that it contains aloe vera gel. And of course, we know that we are the aloe vera company. And now it contains about 88% of aloe vera gel. That is the content, and contains three main ingredients. Okay, three main ingredients aside other things. It contains glucosamine sulfate. It contains chondroitin sulfate. And now these are two naturally occurring elements that they are naturally occurring, and they help us to maintain a healthy joint function. Now, glucosamine sulfate and chondroitin are actually found in a lot of food that naturally we should be eating if we're eating healthy, but they are not so very stable under heat. So a lot of times it get destroyed during cooking. So to this, aloe vera gel has been added glucosamine and chondroitin. They've also added something else, which is in more quantity in our MSM gel, and that is MSM itself. They've also added, there's also vitamin C because there is actually orange extracts, natural orange extracts in this. So Forever Freedom targets our joint health. So if you know your joints, the joints are across any interface between two bones, there is a joint. So the joint is any interface between two bones. So if you look at your legs, so you have joints, within your toes and toenails. You have joints within your feet, so because your feet has a lot of bones. So there are a lot of joints in your feet. There are a lot of joints. There's a joint in your ankle, on the ankle joint. You have the knee joints, so the major joints, the knee joints, the elbow joints, the pelvic joints, the shoulder joints. These are major joints, but also have joints in your hand. So anywhere two bones interface. And there are things that make your joints to be healthy. Okay, so there are things that you have the bone, covering the bone directly is a layer called the cartilage. Okay, covering the bone directly is a layer called the cartilage. So the cartilage is, let me just define it as a softer bone. Of course, if you've eaten, if you're a lover of meat and some people like bones, you know that when you get to the joint of a bone, you will see a whitish, cracky. When you are eating it, it's cracky. That is the cartilage. So we also have it in our joint. So within the joints are also things that join the two bones together. We call those ones. So the cartilage interface between themselves. Okay, so they rub against themselves, but not directly. I'm coming to that. So we also have ligaments. Ligaments are the tendons. Sometimes you are eating a bone, you see that one that is very hard, it's not so easy to chew. That's the tendon. So the tendons, okay, and ligaments connect one bone to another, hold two bones together. Okay, so within the joint space is also a fluid called the synovial fluid. So the synovial fluid acts as lubricant and a shock absorber for the joints. So within the synovial fluid is the synovial membrane. So the joint has a membrane now wrapping all these things together so that the fluid doesn't escape. Okay, so those are the contents of a joint. And this is what our Forever Freedom does. So what is our Forever? Let's look at Forever Freedom in a lot more detail. It contains glucosamine sulfate, chondroitin sulfate, and these are naturally occurring substances. What do? They help to maintain the structure and health of the cartilage. Okay, So the cartilage, like I've explained, so these are the content, the constituents of the cartilage is made from glucosamine and chondroitin. So and one of the things that you need to also quickly need to say is that our joints are the less vascularized joints, places. So the blood supply to the joint is the lowest, okay? The blood supply to the joint is the lowest, and that is why joint injuries, if you have an injury or an accident across your joint, it takes a longer period of time for it to heal. Okay, it takes a longer period for it. Even after it heals, if you apply pressure there, you realize that you begin to feel pains. You've never had a joint. So the primary reason is because blood supply to the joints are very low. So nutrients, that gets to the joint is actually very small. So the more reason why one needs to have targeted, delivery. So by taking a forever freedom, you are increasing the glucosamine and chondroitin in the system. So more content, even though the blood supply to the joint is low, more glucosamine and chondroitin gets to the joint, and that is why the cartilage is rebuilt from that. Okay. So chondroitin also help keep the lubricating fluid, which is the synovial fluid, okay, to have the viscosity. Now, the viscosity of a fluid is the, literally saying, is the thickness of the fluid, okay? Is the thickness of the fluid, how thick the fluid is. So water has a different viscosity from oil. But you see, the viscosity of the synovial fluid is very key to how well the two bones are able to glide freely over one another. So, and one of the things that happens to us as we get older, as we age, our body produces less glucosamine and chondroitin, okay? So that is why we begin to have stiffness of the joints. That's why, because we begin to have joint pain, arthritis, begin to set in. So if we use Forever Freedom frequently, realize that we are providing the natural ingredients that constitute the joint, the cartilage, the synovial fluid, and the ligaments and tendon. So as we age, due to wear and tear, we realize, and because also the fact that the joints have less blood supply, we begin to have stiffness of the joints, okay? So when glucosamine and chondroitin are combined with vitamin C and MSM, of course, it provides the first line of support for a healthy joint function. So Forever Freedom boasts of all the benefits of aloe vera gel. One of the incredible things that aloe vera gel does is that it is an incredible and a wonderful transporter, okay? It's able to get deeper to different levels. If you use aloe vera gel, aloe vera is actually one of the very few constituent or substance that can penetrate to the deepest layer of the skin, to every layer of the skin. There are sometimes we use that will just stop at the first 1 or 2 layers, but for aloe vera gets to the deepest level, and there are 7 layers in the face, so it helps to maintain this mobility. So what are the ingredients in? Please, just a second, just a minute, please. All right, apologies. So let's look at the ingredients in Forever Freedom. Of course, you have the stabilized aloe vera gel. I'll just talk about the key things. Of course, you have natural orange juice concentrate. We have the glucosamine sulfate. We have the chondroitin sulfate, and then we have the methyl sulfonyl methane. Don't bother about the name. That is the MSM. Okay, that is the MSM. It contains vitamin C, which is the ascorbic acid that you have. So those are the three, there are other constituents, there are other antioxidants, okay? Tocopherol is vitamin E that it is also contained. Then it also contains ingredients from shellfish, okay, from the shell of fish, which is very high in calcium, okay, which are very high in calcium. So those are the contents of the Forever Freedom. What does our glucosamine sulfate, MSM, and chondroitin? What are the costs? So let's take them one after the other. So I'll tell us the benefit. Of course, you can see from the diagram I've shown us. I've shown you that how the chondroitin sulfate and hyaluronic acid acts. Okay, from the picture that is displayed. So glucosamine is a substance found naturally in the body. Okay, of course, it's made from amino acid, which is known to assist cartilage formation. Okay, so it's and repair. Of course, if it's the constituent of cartilage, once it is available, the body uses it to repair the cartilage. Okay, because it's in the system. All right. So it's also very useful because it also improves collagen. Collagen is one of the constituents of our skin and muscle and soft tissues in the body. Okay, within our skin and the muscle is the fatty layer, and there's also the some other endothelial lining that's also made up of collagen. So glucosamine is also very beneficial even for our skin and the soft tissue. Okay, it's naturally occurring, so that is why it's Forever Freedom is a natural, absolutely 100% natural drink. Okay, it's a naturally occurring component of cartilages. Okay, so even if we take, important thing about glucosamine is also that it's also a natural pain reliever. Okay, I know that most times if you go to the hospital, if you complain of joint pains, one of the things that is given as part of the prescription is an analgesic, particularly the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, so which we call the NSAID. All right, so things like ibuprofen, things like cataflam. Okay, so those are drugs. But interestingly, glucosamine relieves pain. So now it doesn't work like the NSAID, but a consistent use of it eventually reduces the joint pain. Of course, we know how it does that because apart from that, it has a pain relieving effect. It also helps in the joint naturally healing itself. So those are important things about glucosamine. Let's talk about the chondroitin sulfate. Okay, like I said earlier, it's also one of the vital component of connective tissue. So when we talk about connective tissue, the ligament and tendons, okay, are connective tissue. The cartilage is also a connective tissue. So it's also important. There are a lot of things that are used to build up our cartilage and other body cells, but chondroitin is one of the key components. So as a natural supplement, this naturally occurring compound provides potent support for strong, healthy cartilage and joints. So you see, directly providing what the body needs. Okay, it's naturally occurring in cartilage and forms the matrix upon which the cartilage is, built upon. So the glucosamine and chondroitin. Now there are artificial content of it. If for people who have very severe arthritis and joint diseases, there are artificial chondroitin and stuff that is given to them. Okay, and it's found in different ways. But the most important thing about our Forever Freedom is because a lot of times we ask, who should be taking Forever Freedom? Who is the agent? No, it's everyone. You don't wait until you have joint health challenge before you start taking Forever Freedom. Okay? Remember, they say prevention is always better than cure, particularly for those of us who are very active. all right, who are very active, all right, it's important that we take it. And it's important to also know that chondroitin also helps to maintain the viscosity of the synovial fluid. So I've talked about the synovial fluid, the content of the synovial fluid, which acts as a lubricant and shock absorber. Okay, so when we jump up, when we are jumping up, okay, or you are walking down a staircase, our joints act as the shock absorber. They absorb the shocks as we are stepping down. And that is why we are not feeling the pain. And the combination of the cartilage and the synovial fluid, synovial membrane, is why we have this. We're able to benefit from the effectiveness of our joints. And that is the benefit of chondroitin. Let's look at the MSM. Okay, of course, we know that we have the aloe MSM. I'm going to come to that, but one of the products that I'm going to be talking about. All right, so of course, the scientific name is methyl sulfonyl methane. All right, is an organic sulfur. Now, our body requires sulfur, of course. However, sulfur can also be very poisonous. All right, and research has shown that sulfur is the fourth most abundant mineral in the body, and is found in every cell. Okay, it is found in food, but it's lost when we cook, when we wash, or when we steam it. All right, so most times the best way to get sulfur is to take it externally, and also to apply it on our skin so that our body can be able to absorb it. So MSM is naturally found, it's a naturally occurring organic sulfur, and is part of the content of our Forever Freedom. Okay, like I said, it's found in every cell of the body. Of course, the cartilage is made up of what? Of cells. So it is, and of course, cells is very important in the manufacture of amino acids. So sulfur in a lot of, I don't want to go into the different cycles that is required, but sulfur is a very important, in different forms, important coenzymes and enzymes that are found in the production of protein. It also has analgesic and anti-inflammatory properties, just like chondroitin does, and glucosamine have. Okay, when you have pain in any part of your body, it's because there is inflammation going on. When you are sick, anybody is sick in whatever disease the person has, is because there is inflammation going on. So MSM has anti-inflammatory properties. It also has an analgesic, so it also helps to relieve pain when someone is in pain. And that is why, if you see, when we use our MSM gel, it's also very, very effective. So what are the specific, in details, benefits of our Forever Freedom? Okay, Forever Freedom is, of course, it has a very sweet orange flavor because of the orange concentrate that it contains, of course, and primarily it is used to improve and maintain our joint health. Okay, to improve and maintain our joint health. All right, it has combined aloe vera, and of course all the other benefits that aloe vera gel provides. I think that was the time I took us through the benefits that aloe vera gel has, for that it improves our immune system. Okay, it improves our skin, it improves our gut health. All right, and of course, all the benefits of aloe is found in Forever Freedom. Remember, it's 8% aloe vera, pure stabilized aloe vera. Okay, so, and of course, it's also important, we say aloe vera actually works in every cell of the body. Okay, so you do not have to wait until you begin to have joint problems to benefit from Forever Freedom. You can use it now to prevent. Okay, you can use it now to prevent. And of course, as long as we are having physical activity, for those of us who are engaged in exercises, which is very important that every one of us is engaged in exercises, it is a product that we should use. So we should not, I've noticed a lot of distributors don't use Forever Freedom personally. It's one of the products that I use. Okay, I use, and I also, of course, I use it with Move very frequently. I actually always have move because I'm actually very active person, because to prevent the joints from wear and tear. All right. That's some of the other benefits of Forever Freedom. Now, the good thing about Forever Freedom is that the bioavailability of glucosamine and chondroitin is enhanced. When we talk about bioavailability, it means how readily available chondroitin and glucosamine is to the cells to be able to use. Is enhanced because of the aloe vera gel. Because of the aloe vera, because aloe vera is an incredible and wonderful transporter. It gets you to your desired destination, to your desired point. So it carries it to the desired point, and the desired point for Forever Freedom is our joints, okay, and our cartilages. Okay, so it's also an active ingredient in the juice. It has what, of course, calming and anti-inflammatory properties. Okay, so as we get older, of course, we begin to experience that our joints are less flexible. Of course, we notice that our parents are not, even for those of us who are above 45, and we're 50, we'll notice that our flexibility, except we have been very active, okay, actively, in exercise, in stretch exercise, that's when we can still maintain as close flexibility as we were when in our 20s. But most of us are not. You'll notice that your joints are becoming stiffer. You cannot bend backwards as you used to do when you were younger. It's natural, because we are naturally losing the thickness of our cartilage, the quantity of the synovial fluid, and the strength of the ligament and tendons. But consistent use of Forever Freedom improves the health, ensures that we don't lose it. We are constantly, so even as you are getting older, if you're using Forever Freedom, you realize that you do not have joint pain, you do not have joint stiffness, because your joint is healthy and it can go through all the different motions. Of course, we know that we have joints that can do the circular motion, the flexion and extension, and different ways of our joints can move. Okay. Of course, we know that constant use of Forever Freedom also helps to improve the symptoms of arthritis and muscular rheumatism, which is generally found in the aged, but also some younger people also suffer it as a result of some mineral deficiencies in their system. So, of course, it helps us to maintain healthy cartilage. Forever Freedom contains the key things, and of course helps to support the natural shock absorber of our joints and keep it well hydrated. Forever Freedom protects against damage of cartilage and promotes formation of new healthy cartilages. So it is very important. It's a product that we need to reach out to those we know who are athletes. It's a product that they need to be taken regularly, okay, because it helps to improve their joint health. People, footballers, athletes who are athletic, so you cannot actually target them, because a lot of times we target only the aged and not people who are into sports. Different people play all kind of sports. The product that you can reach out to them, it helps to reduce the wear and tear across the joints. So those are the incredible benefits of Forever Freedom. Now let's move on to the next, which are Forever Move. Okay, of course, we know relatively Forever Move is one of the newer products that Forever Living product introduced to help improve our joint and muscular health. All right, of course, the new supplement, clinically tested to support joint comfort and flexibility. Now, it combines two powerful ingredients. Okay, it contains neem, which is gotten from natural eggshells. Okay, it also contains another ingredient called the bicurec. Okay, which is a curcumin complex. All right, I'll speak a little bit more about them. So by combining these two innovative science, okay, these two innovative products, we get the best in terms of, this is like you say, it being more laser, providing more laser focused delivery to the joints and muscles. All right, to the joints and muscles. So the benefits of Forever Move is incredible. I want to tell us a recent testimony that I have. So one of my colleagues, actually my direct supervisor, she came to the office and was complaining to me that she could not lift her right hand. In fact, she can't even wear her dress. She has to be helped. Her children have to help her to wear her dress. So of course, naturally I said, okay, because the pain was very severe, prescribed an analgesic for her. But even that analgesic was not so helpful, just reduced the pain slightly. But the following day, I was coming to the office. I took one Forever Move, okay, because she's one of my regular customers and buys. So I told her I'm going to give you a supplement that will help, but it won't give you immediate relief. But use it for a couple of days and a week or so, then you can let me know how you feel. So I gave her Forever Move, told her how to use it, and of course, 3 days later, I followed up with her, said, yeah, she's still feeling the pain, 7 days later, I still followed up with her, she's still feeling the pain. Then I actually felt, okay, by now she should have gotten some relief in my mind. She said she's not getting, so I did not follow up with her again. 2 weeks later, she called me and said, please, can you bring me Forever? I need to buy. Like I've noticed that I have, it's helping me. I'm able to move my joints better. It's very, the pain has relieved me. And I said, okay. So, and that's how she's now, she bought another one. And of course, I've told her it's something that you need to use. It's not a medication, it's a supplement. It also helps to improve your other joints, issues and challenges that you have. That's the incredible, potency that Forever Move does have. Okay, it's very, very powerful as we use it. What are the ingredients in Forever Move? Of course, neem from natural egg membrane, curcumin, turmeric. Actually, it's gotten from turmeric. Interestingly, of course, you can see the picture. Of course, it contains coconut oil. When you take, if you've ever taken Forever Move, you notice that it has this brownish color. What gives it that color is the curcumin in turmeric. Of course, turmeric one of the ways to color things is to add turmeric. If you want to change the color of your rice, just add turmeric. It changes the color. Okay, so and turmeric is actually very, very beneficial. It also contains a powerful antioxidant, a component of vitamin E. It also has soybean oil, okay, and hemochantant, which is a glycerin, which is acts like a lubricant for our joints. So these are the key content of our Forever Move. Now, neem, eggshell. This is a lot of research went into discovering. Of course, it's not the entire eggshell that is used. It is the inner lining of the eggshell. Neem is, like I said, is an all natural food source ingredients taken from eggs. It delivers what? Chondroitin and hyaluronic acid. Of course, we do know that one of the other products that we have is our Active HA. Our Active HA is active hyaluronic acid. It's one another product. I'm not going to take us in. Perhaps some other time, be able to take us. But hyaluronic acid is one of the key content of synovial fluid. Okay, it's one of the key content of synovial fluid. So the neem contains chondroitin, okay, and chondroitin is made up of calcium and all that is in there, hyaluronic acid and glycosamine glycans, which act as collagens. Collagens strengthening fibers. Okay, what gives our skin elasticity are two things. Collagen mainly gives our skin elasticity. What gives the tensile strength to our tendons and ligaments is actually compacted collagen. Okay, now Nin is patented to Forever. Forever owns it. It's a research that Forever did, and we own the patent to it. And the studies have shown that it supports a healthy range of motion. It enhances joint comfort and flexibility and promotes healthy cartilage. It decreases stiffness in joints and promotes fast recovery from exercise. Okay, so not only is it beneficial to the joints, it's also beneficial to the muscle. Okay, all this is also beneficial to muscle lubrication. So that is why it's very important for people who are very active. I take Forever Move. Since it came out, I've been on Forever. I can't recall how many times I think perhaps I could have missed not taking Forever Move maybe for like a month or two. Because I'm very active. And I do not want, one of the things I don't want is when I get older, not to be able to use my joints. So it's one of the supplements that I take consistently. So our joint, if you take Forever Move, your joint will be silently praying for you, thanking you for providing it with the essential ingredient that it needs. Of course, turmeric has been trusted for thousands of years to support joint health and provide powerful antioxidant benefits. The curcumin is found in what? Is in turmeric. So the product that we have isolated is the bicuric, which is mainly curcumin from turmeric. Okay, it's also been patented. Okay, it's water soluble, and of course it increases the way the bicuric, the way it has been structured in bicuric is that it has increased bioavailability. Of course, someone might say, oh, if I take turmeric, I will get the curcumin in it. Yes, you will. But you see, why our Forever Move is so potent is because of the way it has been, the way it is delivered. It goes directly to the point where it is needed the most. If you take turmeric in food, which is good, or you put it in drinks, as some people do, a lot of it you lose in your guts. Okay, your body is only able to absorb what it's able to use. Okay, so scientists have developed Nin and patented it. It is sourced from egg, and it gives your body chondroitin, hyaluronic acid, glycosamine, glycines, and collagen. Collagen, of course, like I said earlier, has been scientifically proven to reduce joint pain according to scientific studies. So that is the content as part of the benefit. Of course, I've earlier on told us that glucosamine, chondroitin are found in cartilage. It is found in Forever Freedom. So you can imagine if you are taking Freedom and Move, if that is even all that you take regularly, how healthy your joints will be. Okay, it helps to cushion the bones in the joints because it supports the shock absorptive properties of our joints. And of course, we know that glucosamine occurs naturally, but of course, it's found in shell of shellfish. It's also found in shells of eggs. Okay, and that is how we're able to extract it. Chondroitin, of course, naturally occurring substance in connective tissues, and is very important for the management and support for those to prevent arthritis, osteoarthritis, and rheumatoid arthritis, and all forms of arthritis. Hyaluronic acid occurs naturally in our what? In our bodies. A naturally occurring acid in our bodies, okay? But it's necessary to help the viscosity of our synovial fluid, the joint fluid. Is part of the content of the synovial fluid. So the more of it that you take, so part of the things that if we have customers, there is synergy between taking Forever Freedom, Forever Move, and Active HA. Okay, there's incredible synergy. You know, what we'll talk about synergy means that the three of them will leverage the strength. So the strength and support the joint receives is perhaps more than 200 to 300% if you're using only one of these products. Okay, so it's very important for healthy bones and cartilage. So that is the benefit. Of course, we look at The health benefits of curcumin from, which is bicuric, from curcumin found in turmeric. Of course, turmeric is a root similar to ginger. I'm sure some of us may have seen it. It comes, you can actually buy it fresh, turmeric, and grind it and put it into things, or you can actually dry it, which is how a lot of people use it. Okay, it's also important. If you can add it to your meals, it's actually very beneficial in the things that it can provide. The important thing about curcumin is it has very powerful anti-inflammatory properties. So it helps to reduce inflammation in the body. So anytime we have joint pain, it's because there's inflammation going on in the body. So curcumin helps to reduce anti-inflammation in this. So a potent antioxidant. Of course, what do antioxidants do? They help to reduce and remove oxidates from the system, prevent oxidation from happening. Okay, one of the things that causes degradation is oxidation. So anything that reacts with oxygen usually changes its form. So the essence of why we need to take antioxidants, well, of course, we know we have different products that contains other powerful antioxidants. I think I spoke about that in my last presentation. It helps to remove free radicals from our body, okay, and prevent oxidative damage happening in our joints and other parts of the body. And when we exercise, okay, our body generates toxins. So that's why sometimes if you notice that when you exercise, the body generates toxins. And if the first time you've exercised, after a while, you begin to feel pain in the muscle. The reason why you feel pain in the muscle is because of the byproducts produced during when the muscles were being used. So the muscle usually produces energy sometimes from without oxygen and produces byproducts that is not eliminated. All right. So because it's inside the muscle, there is inflammation causing, and that's why you begin to feel pain. But after a while, if you with consistent exercise and all that, notice that the pain in the muscles will reduce, except you increase the intensity of your muscle and you produce a whole lot more. So, but the use of Forever Move helps muscular recovery. It helps the muscular recovery through the anti-inflammatory properties of bicuric and also the antioxidant properties, because it helps to remove the free radicals that are. So that is why the muscle, if ordinarily it will take you 5 days for recovery from an exercise, it will not take you 2 days or 2.5 days, as the case may be. Okay, it helps in the treatment of arthritis, and it's also very powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Another interesting thing about bicuric is it also helps to prevent Alzheimer's disease. Okay, of course, and delays aging process. Alzheimer's disease is a loss of memory, is a neurological disease that affects older people. Of course, is a connective tissue disorder within the brain that impacts on the elderly being able to remember. Because it gets to a point that they don't even remember who they are. They don't even remember who their wives are or their children, no name, nothing. So they are just there. So all these things are things that we do not look forward to seeing, and part of the way to prevent it is to take Forever Move. It's also very beneficial. Okay, of course, just to highlight what I've been saying earlier, support joints comfort and flexibility. It promotes fast recovery from exercise, and of course, so clinically tested NIM is delivered quickly and confirmed result in as 7 to 10 days. That's how effective, how potent our Forever Move is. Okay, you need to, when you use Forever Move, please reach out to those that use it and ask them for their testimony. For those who use it consistently, before they finish a pack, they will have seen significant improvement in the joint health, in the movement, and in their mobility. Of course, it's gluten-free. Most all our products are gluten-free. They are also vegetarian friendly, and also helps to cushion your joint so that movement is not as painful as it used to be. Make you feel younger because movement is easier. Of course, if you're able to move yourself, you're able to run. As you get older, you will not feel your age. Of course, that's also the benefit that you get. It decreases stiffness in the joint, enhances joint comfort, and increases suppleness and flexibility of the joint, and it promotes a healthy cartilage. So other things about, of course, life can become much more difficult when our mobility is restricted, isn't it? So of course it helps to improve our, so some people are scared of climbing the stairs because of stiff joints. Offer them Forever Move. All right. Of course, I've spoken about most of this, so let me just go straight to other who can use Forever Move. Okay, physical. So children are not. I don't usually recommend Forever Move for children, but even though they have rheumatoid arthritis and the case may be, it's usually best for adults. So it's usually best for adults, the elderly, the physically active. Every adult is beneficial, even a young person. Someone who thinks well about their health needs to take Forever Freedom. The athletes, those who are very active, so people, if you go to the gym, those who use the gym, people who do road walks within your neighborhood, those are people you should reach out to get Forever Gym. So quickly, let me just talk about our aloe MSM gel. Of course, it combines pure inner leaf aloe vera gel. So that's the important thing about. I told us earlier that aloe vera is an incredible transporter. So MSM is a naturally organic occurring sulfur. Okay, like I said earlier, is the third largest mineral in our body. Okay, is the third largest mineral in our body, so it is found in every single cell. Now, our MSM is very easy to apply. Okay, and very soothing. Okay, if you have pains across the joint or even on the skin, also very soothing. Another thing that you can combine the MSM gel with is our aloe vera heat, aloe heat. Okay, of course, is great soothing relief. Anytime is something that needs to be found in the gym bag of anyone or somebody who is physically active. So if you finish an exercise, it's something that you can use to apply on the muscle. It gives you relief, to muscular pain, particularly for those who do, strenuous exercise or those who are just starting up the exercise. Of course, it's a non-staining formula. Okay, it's a powerful skin calm. It has powerful skin calming properties in our MSM gel. So it's something that I seriously recommend. And like I said earlier, it contains aloe vera gel. And aloe vera gel is super nutrient for our skin. Even just applying only aloe jelly on your skin, you have a naturally beautiful, healthy skin. Okay? Because it fits every part of the skin. It fits the hair roots. It fits the collagen and strengthens the collagen. It helps fibroblast formation in the body, in the skin. So fibroblast is the primary cells of the skin. So it helps to form. So it helps skin regeneration and healing as the case. And it's also a natural moisturizer. So you can imagine the benefits that you found in MSM gel. All right. So it stops what those. This is a clear, non-staining formula which includes natural herbal extracts. So the interesting thing about MSM, the MSM gel includes extracts from tea leaf, so the oil, so willow bark extract and glycerin to calm and condition the skin. You need to really apply it to your skin to see the beauty and how beneficial it is to your skin. Apart from, also has extracts from rosemary leaf, and which is very helpful in hydrating the skin, in helping your skin to not to look dry and flaky. So if you apply it to your skin, you'll see that a well-hydrated skin is a very healthy skin. So MSM gel is a versatile gel, and is something that you need to encourage everyone who is physically active, who goes to the gym, to have, who's doing work. People should have in their home. You should have in your home, in addition to having the aloe jelly. Okay, apply it liberally and massage to the skin to soothe the sore joints. And of course, it provides the natural occurring sulfur in your body. So I will take questions at this time. If there are any, thank you for listening. I hope I was clear enough. So if there are questions, I will take them now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for this powerful presentation. If you have any question, please just indicate by a raise of hand. I would unmute you and you can ask your question. Doctor, we have a question in the chat room.
Chat box. Okay, yeah, I can see. Can someone with high blood pressure take Forever Freedom? Okay. Now I've been asked this question repeatedly, and I've always answered that if someone who is well treated, who is well controlled, he can benefit from Forever Freedom. But somebody whose blood pressure is not well controlled, please do not, I will not recommend Forever Freedom to. So I will simply tell you, please do not. Tell the person to reach out to his doctor and let them know if, ascertain how well controlled his blood pressure is. Then I can, recommend this. So I have some friends, I have people that are who are hypertensive, okay, who are also using other products, but also using Forever Freedom, and they are coping very well with that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. We have people. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, Mrs. Funebi, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. My question is this: when the move came out at first, if I remember correctly, we were actually told that it's like the one supplement replacement for active HA Freedom, So you are suggesting now that we can give all three combined to someone, from what I got from your training today. So I just wanted to know if I'm right in that assumption of what you said. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your question. Yes, it's suggested, that was the guidance, of course, that was suggestion provided. If you are to take one supplement, if someone can only afford one supplement from Forever Freedom, Move, Active HA, then I recommend you give Forever Move. Reason being that Forever Move contains what Freedom contains and what Active HA also contains. Now, but can you combine the three? Someone asked me a question. Can you actually ask someone to take Forever Move, Freedom, and Active HA together for a client? I will not recommend the three supplements for a client, but I actually also recommend Freedom and Move to a client. Okay, I recommend Freedom and Move to a client, or Forever Move and Active HA, but the three of them I won't, because there's also glucosamine and chondroitin in Active HA in some quantity. So if someone doesn't have the resources for two and can only afford one, Move is my preferred, the preferred option that I will recommend to that person. Now, if they cannot, they say they can't afford Move, then of course you can now, my second will be Forever Freedom. So you can actually also use Forever Freedom and Forever Active HA, but not the three at the same time. So there are synergetic benefits you will get from them. There is a synergy that you get from using the two. The quantity of glucosamine and glucosamine and chondroitin in Forever Freedom is higher than what you find in Forever Move. But the benefit of it is that you will get is that the delivery is better if you are using with Forever Freedom. If you're using Freedom and Move together, the delivery to the point, to the joint is better enhanced because of the properties found in Forever Move. I hope that provides some clarity.
Thank you very much, sir. Jonathan, you can unmute yourself now and ask your question. Hello, Jonathan. Oh, okay. We still have time to take more questions. We still have time. If you have any question or clarification on today's product knowledge, you can ask Dr. Debo before we close the meeting.
Okay, I'll be meeting myself. This is Jonathan.
Oh, okay. Mr. Jonathan, please go ahead with your question.
During the lecture, you made us understand we can take any tool in any combination. Now, would the dosage be the same, or if we were to take Forever Move, for example, half a glass? Now we're going to take the two combined. I'm going to take a quarter of a glass of each. And what is the frequency in a day?
Okay, so what I usually recommend is to if you are taking for someone who doesn't have any background deficiency, when you have deficiency, you're already having signs and symptoms of a condition. So there's a deficiency in your system. So there are different reasons, there are different other considerations that I take into consideration to recommend. But if it's just for preventive, Move is supposed to be taken once a day, and you can take your Forever Freedom also once a day. My suggestion is to take the Move on an empty stomach in the morning, okay? A quarter of a glass on an empty stomach in the morning is more beneficial with Forever Freedom. The body is able to absorb maximally what is in it, okay, in the morning. So that's my but if for someone who already, depending on how severe it is, Move Forever or whatever condition the person is, should always only be taken once a day. Okay, someone has asked me, they recommended it twice a day. I do not recommend that. It's better to take it once a day. The person will still get the benefit within that 7 to 10 days, or for some people, it may extend to 14 days before they begin to see some relief. But of course, for Forever Freedom, they can increase it to twice a day. Okay, they can take in the morning and also take in the evening. That is for those who already have severe joint stiffness, because their body is already in deficit. So you want them to be able to, as quickly as possible, equilibrate. And once they equilibrate, they should please change to the regular once a day Forever Freedom and once a day for Forever Freedom. Move, irrespective of the condition, should also only be taken once a day. 3 capsules once a day.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, do we still have any other question to ask before we close the meeting? Okay, Gabriel, you can unmute yourself now, Gabriel.
Hello, good afternoon. My question is, for somebody who all of a sudden started having stiff movements, he cannot move properly, he cannot walk properly, he cannot even jog, the legs started getting heavier to move, and the process is now having some of dry skin on the legs. So all the legs, not even particular about joints, the full muscles are not as, you can't squat properly, things like that. So are you telling me that this is a Forever Move and combination of freedom can solve that? That's my question.
Okay, so thank you for your question. My first recommendation is to tell the person to go see his doctor, okay, or her doctor, and get proper diagnosis and management. While taking our supplements will be a support. So our supplement is not a treatment for the condition. A lot of conditions can cause stiffness of joints, muscular spasm, muscular pain, different disease conditions can cause it. So if it's not diagnosed and well treated, it can continue and the person will not get the maximum benefit. So the first thing is to get the person to go to the hospital, let them do a proper diagnosis while taking the supplements. that is when they, so plus whatever they, you know, and also please let the doctor know what he or she is taking. The important thing about it, there are some of our supplements, there are some of the contents of our supplements that may be reactive, that may cause a drug-drug reaction. So it's also very important to tell them to let their doctor know that they plan to take this, okay? So, and it's important, or to let a qualified pharmacist know. Pharmacists are also well trained to understand, they know the content of most products, and they can tell if there's going to be an interaction between some products, or some products we take and some drugs that we are taking. So it's very important. But if it's just the fact that the person is having all these symptoms because of deficiency in the nutrients in terms of chondroitin and glucosamine, of course, taking our supplements will be of incredible benefit. But bear in mind, while our supplements are also of benefit, is that there are deficiencies already in the system. Okay, when a person is beginning to have stiffness of joints, joint movement are reduced, there are deficiencies in chondroitin, there are deficiencies in glucosamine level, perhaps also in the collagen formation level, and all those things. So that is why our supplements are of benefit, but not a treatment. I hope that helps you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. There's a question before I take Eki's question. There's a question in the chat from, and the person is asking, can this supplement be beneficial for someone who had a fracture or operation in the past? And also, is Forever Freedom safe for breastfeeding mothers?
Yeah, Freedom is safe for breastfeeding mothers. It's not contraindicated because it's absorbed and natural occurring, so it has no detrimental effect on children. Yes, can somebody who has had previous fracture benefit? If it's a fracture, okay, fracture means that the bone is broken. Person may not necessarily have significant benefits. What I would recommend for that person to take is to take our calcium, which helps to strengthen the bone, the bone. Where this product that we just looked at is targeting is our joints. Okay, is our joints. So if the fracture is going across the joints, or the accidents across the joints, yes, person will get more benefit from using our products, from this product that I just shared with us.
Thank you very much, sir. Eki, you can unmute and ask your question.
Thank you very much, Inka. Thank you so much, Dr. Debo. Good morning. I want to find out something. The Forever Move you talked about, I purchased 3 different containers since February this year. Started using it in February this year. And you said something, so I wanted to get a clarification on how to take it, because I take my own, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and then one in the evening. Am I doing the right thing? And can I do a combination of the Forever Move and the Freedom together? Because at the moment, still trying to manage my blood pressure from 147/99. So is it safe to go ahead in that format or not? Thank you very much, Dr. Debo.
Okay, thank you for your question. So I'll answer the second question first. Because your blood pressure is above the normal, I will not recommend Freedom for you yet. Okay, so until you're well able to control your blood pressure, and there are other things you can do to do that. But the recommended usage for Forever Move is 3 once a day. So you get more benefit is 3 once a day rather than splitting it 1-3 times daily. So 3 once a day. And my suggestion usually is take it in the morning.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So, Bertrand, you said you have a contribution. Hello, Bertrand, are you there? Hello, Bertrand. Are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to say that we should be very mindful just to let people know that that we are not doctors. We are just some health and wellness coaches, and our products doesn't claim to mitigate, cure, diagnose, or prevent any diseases. And also to let them know that it works differently for different people. For some people, it might be fast. So for some people, it might be slower. For some people, they might even have no result, or it might take even a longer time. And then one final thing too that we must be um one final thing that we must be quite aware of. Like, we only try to give supplements and everything to people, but we don't try to tell them about lifestyle changes. Nutrition and lifestyle changes are very, very important. Like, you cannot be fighting and taking supplements all the time when you don't get 8 hours of sleep, you don't drink enough water, you don't exercise from time to time, even if it means just taking a walk, and you eat unhealthy, you eat a lot of sugar, you drink a lot of alcohol, those things. So when we're trying to give out the supplements, try to insist us on improved nutrition and lifestyle changes, and let them know that the products they're like food. It doesn't it doesn't mitigate, cure, diagnose, or prevent any diseases. That is so that it covers you and it covers the company, because if you just go out saying that, just tell people whatever, it might backfire against you and you might run into some trouble. So I just let me put that out there. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for your contribution. At this point, we need to close the meeting. Thank you, everyone, for taking time out to be part of today's training. And a special thank you to our trainer, Dr. Dibo Michael. We hope to see everyone again next week, Wednesday and Thursday, for our business opportunity meetings and our product knowledge meeting. From all of us from our head office in Ikeja, we say thank you and enjoy the rest of your week.